self-insecurity is a huge issue. That's hard. There's a lot of stuff that it's hard to get past. The self-worth that we all feel, it ends up getting diminished like crazy from a lot of times the social aspect. Seeing somebody else appearing to look worth more when they're not makes us worth less. It doesn't work that way, even though in the mental capacity that's what we do. Because if all of a sudden you're holding $1 and I'm holding $2, me holding $2 does not make the $1 you're holding worth any less. And most of the time, it's not even to that case in reality, to where we're literally holding more. It's perceived that these other people are holding more. They are worth more, and they're doing these amazing things. I'm not doing that, so I must be worthless. No, it's not. You haven't found your spotlight. When you're some young and you're an athlete, that's where it's really easy to have a spotlight.
Whatever you
when you're popular for whatever reason, which
y'all wish me luck.
That part I don't even understand. Like, what makes somebody popular in their youth? Because when I think back on it, going through all my schooling, the people that were popular, there wasn't anything there that made them a good person. That was something where it's like, I love hanging around this person because they're so enjoyable. It was literally like, oh, they're the cool person, so that everybody else thinks is cool, so therefore you think they're cool. Completely baseless. Hydrate there, Kane and Dane. You just got the last sip there, Gain. It's empty now. Hey guys, thank you for the follows. Missed the last few here going over the talking all this. You're not fat and ugly and useless. That's an attribute, not a quality. That's something that can be changed. And it may not be changed now. It may not be changed quickly. If you want to change it down the road, you can change it. Don't worry about changing that right now. That's not important. Mental health comes before that. Ugly, that's perception. That is completely based on perception. I feel like I'm ugly. I won't hate you, no matter what there's Grandma. I'll worry about it. It'll make me like, to know that you possibly went off and took your life, that hurts. Like, I don't even know you. That hurts me. I don't want that for anyone. One controller fake do. I am Diamond 2. So, yeah, definitely. How can I not be, Skirma? How can I not be? To know that somebody out there had a life rough enough that I'm guessing you're probably maybe 15 would be my rough guess there. To be at that point and feel like your life is too hard to go on and so pointless. That's tough. 13. Yeah. It's, yeah, you just, no man, hang in there. You got a lot of life ahead of you. What do with this? I just hope to see you back, man. Knowing the way this chat's been, with supporting you, the focus that we've put on this, and the fact too that it hasn't just been me doing it and then all of a sudden everybody else just being quiet. Like, I feel like lots of you in the chat have rallied on this, and it's amazing to me. But it's also just for Skirma, it's not just even just you. It's everybody that's going through this same situation as you. That's what hurts. So hang in there. That's your job right now, is to hang in there. Hang in. I will try and see what I can do, man. Hey, get busy and like that's the downside, is I get busy, I have a lot going on, but I will try and do what I can to hang in there. Especially if you're hopping on the Discord, I'll try and message you more there. And that'll help get everybody able to ping you more. Oh, and you just touched me in the feels. Like, you hit a spot that worries me, because it's not even something that I've dealt with it from, like I said, I've had friends commit suicide, and that, like, literally thinking about them, it hurts. It's like this super mixed feeling of pissed off at them and sad as hell, because I flat out had a friend that I knew he was going through a super tough time in his life, and I was there for him, trying to support him, trying to give him a job, because that was something he was struggling with. So I'm offering to pay him and train him and all this stuff, taking my time and investing in him. Y'all wish me luck. And he just didn't find any self-worth and committed suicide and left everybody else to deal with it. Left everybody else to sit around and just be heartbroken that we had lost him, but at the same time pissed, because we were all trying to do what we could and he wouldn't help us to open the door. Because ultimately, we can't, as everybody who wants to help, we can't decide it. It is something where those in need have to open the door to be able to help. But the help is there. But no, never pissed. Like, I pissed at those ones that are like my super close friend. I have those moments where I'm pissed off at them. Because of what they did to everybody around them, what they did to their,
whatever you do, never
one of my friends that committed suicide, his dad had just died, and so his mom was widowed, and then right before Thanksgiving he had killed himself and left his family to deal with that, and it's not okay. So hang in there, one day at a time if you have to, man. Hang in there. Lots of pain. But, and that's, yeah, pissed at more of what he put everybody else through. It's such a hard feeling to be stuck in between that of sad that you lost him, but at the same time pissed at the fact that they could be so selfish. And especially when the help was there, trying to be offered. So, yeah. But it'll get rough, man. But just take the bumps. One day at a time. You can get through them. I almost feel like I shouldn't raid, because we've got good energy here in the support manner, but I just feel like we've got everybody else just being like, oh, well, just like this heartbroken moment. No, man, you're good. You're good. It's not something that's really left my memory. It's there all the time, and I worry about it through all this COVID stuff because I've got kids, and I worry about, especially my daughter. I really worry about her, that she's already had a lot of statements that she's had towards things in general. She's 10, and it's ones that was a statement that was very suicidal thought. Even wasn't directly like I'm gonna go kill myself right now, but it was just statements that were on that line of thought, and it worries me and makes it's something that, one, I don't want to have to deal with it as a parent, because that will leave me devastated. But two, I don't want her to go through that. I don't want her to be feeling that way, nor anybody else. That's really tricky. But Maggie, if you store up your stream points, you can redeem for a 1v1. I just don't end up having enough time to take on all the requests I get. So that's kind of my way to handle it now, is saving up stream points. And then occasionally I'll do it with subs. KR1E. Found me on TikTok. Nice thing. Yeah. That's the thing. I'm not necessarily sad. I'm just in the feels. If I was sad, I would have just ended the stream on this and not given a shit about everybody else, because it would have been so much more focused just only on how I'm feeling versus I'm feeling pulled by everybody else, and that's the hard part. So almost cried. It's like I literally have a tear in my eye right now. So, because this is not a light subject. This is not something that's easy to just gloss over when we all take it seriously. But it becomes so easy in this day and age, especially with streams. How often you can get that? And as a streamer, you're doing in a sense, what would be your job to go and stream and to entertain. And to take this moment and to pause and really identify with somebody who's struggling is hard. Like, it shifts the mood, which we all need to be able to shift into that and to deal with that and to talk about that. But it's a different direction than what this stream was initially intended. And so that's what makes it really hard to do. But that's also why at the same time I'm spending so much time talking about it. This is very serious stuff. Very important. Yeah. I really appreciate all you guys, the chat. They talking through all this. Well, I don't have can do. I'll have to hydrate with this because I'm not out of water right now. Close to water. Just LaCroix. Yeah. You are important. We're all important. We may not know why we're important yet, but we're all important. There's somebody that you will make a difference in their life. Maybe you haven't found that person yet. You may not for years. But that's just like me to you right now. If I would have taken my life, how could I sit and talk to you? How could I relate to you? And then be able to show that it can get better. And you can get way better about the way that you handle things, and that when things fly at me, I have one of my employees confides in me all the time. Maybe just has a lot of struggles with it. And that's I'll tell him, I'm like, anytime, like you need it, I will sit down with you and we will sit and chat for hours. Because to me, I'm like, that's a mental health piece of it. You need that. If it gets ignored and brushed off and whatnot, then it's not going to be good. You can't turn and just say everything's okay and move on. That's not how to do it. That's not how to go about it. So I'm not saying to take that path to say, okay, things aren't that bad, I can get past this. No, acknowledge it's bad. That's fine. Turn and say, this is hard. I'm struggling with this. But that's also, you don't have to be by yourself. That's where it's going to be the hardest. To put that on yourself, that's the hardest.